Ever wondered the kind of life the youngest daughter of former President Barack Obama lives? Sasha Obama's life is a story of ambition, luxury, and legacy. From her early days in the White House to her modeling career and life as a student at Columbia University, her life is a compelling mix of privilege and luxury. Stay tuned as I uncover the secrets behind the trillionaire life of Sasha Obama. First of all, let's start with her early life and education. Sasha Obama's life during her early years in education is just as exceptional as her family's story. Born Natasha Obama in Chicago, Illinois, on June 10th, to Barack and Michelle Obama, and entered into a historical family at that time. Her father was an Illinois state senator, and her mother was a successful attorney and a hospital administrator. From early childhood, Sasha was raised with a strong education and personal development founded by her parents on their achievements and values. Nurtured in a home where the transformational power of knowledge was highly regarded, she cherished these values and put them into use in her education. This academic dedication marked her childhood, particularly at the University of Chicago Laboratory Schools. This is one of the most prestigious private schools in the country, and is known for its highly demanding intellectual atmosphere. At this school, Sasha started learning with other children who were as curious and ambitious as her. Her life took another turn when her father was elected president in 2008, thus relocating them to the national limelight. Sasha became one of the youngest children ever to live in the White House at 7. Her parents did all they could to raise her with a sense of balance and normalcy in the face of intense publicity. Sasha and her sister Malia were given chores and pursued activities of their choice. They also went to school just like other kids. Obviously, the experiences were strange. Play dates at the White House and a dad who just happened to be the leader of the free world in Washington, D.C. Sasha returned to continue her education at Sidwell Friends School. This Quaker institution is very reputable in academic rigor and has a list of famous graduates. At this school, she really began to excel in an atmosphere that prized academic achievement, but with an added mix of character development and social responsibility. She did extracurriculars such as sports and piano. She even worked this summer at a seafood restaurant on Martha's Vineyard, showing how the Obama family believed in making sure their daughters developed strong work ethics. Following her graduation from Sidwell Friends in 2019, Sasha attended the University of Michigan, where her aspirations of wanting a more typical college life took her. Her decision to attend a college, not an Ivy League institution, showed her curiosity about life outside the elite circles in which she was raised. After a few years in Michigan, Sasha would transfer to Columbia University in New York City in 2022, thus following in her father's footsteps and aligning with his alma mater. At Columbia University, Sasha continues her studies while living in one of the world's most vibrant cities. Her educational path reflects the values her parents instilled in her: hard work, humility, and a deep respect for knowledge. While Sasha carves out an identity independent of her parents, her early life and education remain the strongest possible foundation laid by her family for whatever she may choose in life. Luxury lifestyle. When one thinks of Sasha Obama, class and sophistication are usually the first things that come to mind. Something is specifically special about the balance of privilege that goes with growing up in the White House, tempered by parents who kept it real. Now, well into her early 20s, Sasha's lifestyle mirrors her family's legacy while showcasing her sense of style and purpose. Leaving the White House, the Obamas opted to stay in Washington, D.C., where they chose a 9-bedroom mansion in the fancy neighborhood of Kalorama. This $8.1 million property, once belonging to Bill Clinton's former press secretary, had all the luxury and privacy that a former first family needs. But to Sasha, this was just home as she went through high school to college, making it possible for her to finish her education without major disruptions. After high school, Sasha attended the University of Michigan, before transferring to Columbia University in New York City. There she has embraced the dynamic culture of one of the world's most exciting cities, somewhere that perfectly melds her lust for fashion, the arts, and a touch of glamour. In New York, Sasha has certainly come into her own. It was a barrage of glimpses. Breakfast at the hottest new restaurant, shopping in Soho, being seen at this or that fashion extravaganza. Sasha is living a life most young women only fantasize about. Her fashion sense, nearly a perfect cross between high style and slacker cool, is often topped off by the latest designer pieces. Sasha lives a life of luxury beyond clothes and a fancy address, and this is reflected in how she spends her time. Travel was always important to the Obamas, and Sasha has seen some of the most beautiful places on earth, from Hawaii's beaches to the historic streets of Europe. Of course, this is not all luxury. Such trips are usually saturated with cultural experiences and learning. Typical of the upbringing her parents provided her with, one of the most striking features of Sasha's life is the fine balance between luxurious living and a feeling of responsibility and purpose. She can enjoy the fruits of her labor, yet feels intensely in need to give back. Through philanthropic work, Sasha has been spotted at charitable events and involved in causes that speak to her. She has used her platform to share information on important issues. It is further reflected in this sense of balance that characterizes her social life. From a network built out of fellow students and young women from more public lives, those who happen to be the daughters of other prominent figures, Sasha appears to navigate seamlessly through this world. The high profile does not prevent her from enjoying nightlife or social scenes in Los Angeles or New York, as any rich young woman in her 20s may have done. Another major facet of her balanced life is her association with the arts. From attending a Broadway show or an opening night at a gallery to sponsoring various cultural events throughout New York, Sasha is well in touch with the diverse artistic environment found within the city. It isn't about fine pleasures, but her being connected to the creative pulse of the world, just like her parents. Relationships and net worth. Sasha has been in the public eye for a while. As she transitions from a U.S. president's daughter to a young lady finding her way, much interest is bound to revolve around her love life and her financial standing. One of the most remarkable aspects of Sasha's social life is her romantic relationship with Clifton Powell Jr., a fast-rising name. Clifton, more familiarly known as Cliff to friends, is the son of the talented actor Clifton Powell, who has had a long, successful career in Hollywood. Not an actor himself, Cliff Jr. has carved out his own niche in the creative arts as a film writer and director. This creative connection likely drew Sasha to him, as she too has a strong appreciation for the arts, influenced by her upbringing. Their relationship came to light in early 2022, after they were spotted together in Los Angeles, which sparked interest in Sasha's personal life. One of the most characteristic features of the relationship is how it has been able to be very private despite intense media attention on Sasha. This concept of privacy was no doubt seeded by her parents in how she should handle her private life, which is outside the watch of the public eye. According to several sources, Cliff and Sasha met through mutual friends at the University of Southern California, where he had turned out to be a hoop star before giving his attention to the film industry. Their relationship is still in its infancy, but very supportive and creative. Sasha appreciates having a partner who understands the pressures of living in the public eye while being grounded in his pursuits. As far as Sasha's net worth is concerned, although it is naturally partly from her family wealth, it also began reflecting her own efforts and future prospects. Estimates suggest that in 2023, she was worth around $1 million. Of course, next to the money of both her parents, this is not much at all, but keep in mind that Sasha is just a lady in her early 20s after all, so all this is just the beginning for her. Much of Sasha's current wealth comes from trust funds and investments her parents set up. Barack and Michelle Obama are worth an estimated $70 million together, built on the back of their lucrative book deals, speaking engagements, and ongoing media projects, including their Netflix deal. Sasha has likely benefited monetarily from these successes. However, she does seem quite keen on building a life of her own. With the ability to leverage her platform into many other career choices, Sasha will have an extremely bright financial future. Whether it is with another public career like her parents did or another route, she will clearly build upon an already good platform for her finances. Even undeniably luxurious, her lifestyle speaks to a balance of privilege and being down to earth, much as she was brought up. Though rooted in her family heritage, Sasha is decidedly far away, treading a course that is hers alone. Sensitive policy toward her relationships and burgeoning financial independence driving her. While the world will undoubtedly be watching with interest as she grows into adulthood, it is clear that Sasha is set on being herself. She offset the privileges of her upbringing with a life that remains grounded and purposeful. There you go. This is what Sasha Obama's life looks like. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe for more info into the lives of the most interesting people in the world. Do you want to watch more interesting videos? Click the one you see on your screen right now.